Your oven. It's one of the most used appliances in the home, but how well do you know yours? Peter Thompson is lucky enough to have just landed a brand new top-of-the-range European model.
I had this horrible, very, very ancient little box that nothing worked on it. And I was dreaming of my new oven.
Now Peter's dreams have come true. If only she knew how to use the damn thing.
What's that one? I have no idea. That's the temperature. I know that one.
You know that one? We're getting somewhere.
Most people see their oven as simply a receptacle to put in food, turn it on, cooks it, and that's it.
But to chefs like Paul Shears, an oven is oh so much more. TAFE instructor Paul says if you want good results, get friendly with your oven.
So the first thing any chef does when they go into a new kitchen is they try out their ovens to see what they do and what they don't do.
Well, she's big.
Yeah, that's great, but I just would love to know how to get her to cook evenly.
Hilary Lauder inherited her old girl with the house, and she's causing a few disasters in the kitchen.
Some things get too burnt on the bottom, sometimes cakes dropping, being burnt underneath, raw on the top.
Old ovens are notorious for this, but all is not lost, says our chef.
You will have to juggle your food as it's cooking.
Timing here is the key.
Something like muffins, for instance, that are in the middle of rising, give them at least a good 10 minutes to allow them to set a little bit before you move them. Okay. And when you do move them as gently as you can.
A good idea for testing the distribution of heat in your oven is to place slices of bread around and watch the rate at which they brown.
Generally, the bottom of the oven is usually the hottest, so avoid putting things like pastry or cakes down there because they'll definitely burn. Roasts should be okay, but I would add a little bit of moisture to the tray too.
Another thing to remember with older ovens, don't overload.
Because these aren't fan forced, you don't get that even distribution of heat.
No such problem with newer ovens like Peter's.
You can actually pack full of food. Use all the shelves and the power output in the oven will cook the food evenly.
And these new ovens can do so much more. They've got the diagrams to prove it.
But the images aren't very descriptive.
What do we got there? 3 mountain peaks in the sun. What's that one?
If you're confused, Paul suggests taking the time to learn about the functions. One of the most underutilised in the newer ovens is the defrost setting.
If you take small cuts of meat like a piece of fish or steak and you want to defrost it, simply place it in the oven. You're using the fan, but the heat is maintained at a really low temperature. So it will defrost the food relatively quickly. Maybe not as quick as a microwave, but then with a microwave you do run the risk of cooking the outside edges.
If your oven allows you to isolate top and bottom elements, that too can be a really useful function.
Because it gives you really full control so that you can brown food using the top element only, or you can crisp, say, the base of your pizza just by using the bottom element. It is different from the grill. You'll find that with a grill you've got more intense heat.
So older style ovens, a bit of juggling can go a long way.
There's no reason why you can't cook a good product in this oven if you're prepared to do that juggling.
And if you want to make the most of a newer oven, might be time to get back to that instruction manual.